Hello everyone, this is Medical Device Matt. Today we're going to talk about what to do and how to prepare for that interview that you just got. Before I start, I just want to say thank you for everyone that's been watching these videos. I've been having so much fun, partly figuring out how to edit video and take video. More importantly is the people I've been connecting with. A lot of undergraduates that did not know about the medical device industry or the possible careers. I talked to a lot of students that are interested in sciences and health, and they think pre-med is the only route for them. And I think that's a great option. What we need to do is expose all the other amazing careers that you can have. So hearing passionate young undergrads talk about what they want to do has been really amazing. So today I'm going to talk about how to prepare for the interview you just got and give two golden nuggets at the end to help you cinch and close that interview. So preparing for the interview, the biggest thing is be prepared, be confident, and be open. So let's break those down. Being prepared. First, and what we most think about is when you go to that interview, dress up. If you don't know what to wear, always go business professional. So for men, that would be, suit and tie, and for women, accordingly for them, right? That gives the impression to the manager that you're taking this seriously. And also in these roles, you're going to be physician facing, patient facing, hospital facing, so you need to look professional, right? How can you further be prepared? I like to talk to the team or the company that I'm going to get an idea of what the culture is, what the day and the life of these roles are, right? Understand people, a year or two before me in the role have success. So I would ask questions. It's hard to get a hold of them because a lot of people are busy, but again, go to LinkedIn, ask the manager, is it okay to talk to colleagues or his colleagues? And just ask, how did you have success in the role? How did you succeed in training, and then apply that to the field? And listen to what they say. Being prepared also means a lot of these roles have a company website with education, right? And these websites, for example, medtronicacademy.com, will go in depth on the role you're applying for. So when I was applying for the pacing role 9 years ago, Medtronic Academy had modules similar to online college or these recorded classes where I could watch, learn really about clinical cardiology, how to implant a pacemaker, and all the disease states. So when I went into that interview, I was no means an expert, but I knew a little bit of the jargon, which let the manager know, hey, Matt's hungry to learn, and I think he'll be all right for this role. So being hungry, being humble, and willing to hustle will get you really far as an undergraduate, right? So we talked about being prepared. Next is being confident. You're exiting from undergraduate, or maybe you've been in the field or a different role for a few years and looking to break into medical device. So be confident with what you have, right? A hiring manager who brought you into an interview knows that you don't have medical device sales, so they're not going to question you on that. But be confident in the experiences you've had to get you into this interview, right? So you might not have bona fide sales, but are there different experiences you had where you had to, have a sales hat on or a leadership hat or be able to communicate with different parties, external and internal? So look at your experience and be confident that since you had that interview, you deserve to sit there and deserve to put your best foot forward and be heard on your story and why you want this role. Lastly, be open. A lot of times you talk to an HR partner who's prepping you for this role, or you read the online description, and then you get to the hiring manager, and usually these questions should be answered, but maybe it's different than what you expected. Maybe the territory, the geography, the product is a little bit different because of changes, and companies change fast, so you're caught off guard. Be open to all this. Put yourself in the best position to get the role, and then decide if it makes sense for you, right? The other part of being open, not specific for an interview, but if you're looking for roles, if you have a funnel that's very large, so for example, looking at roles in the United States, you're going to capture more opportunity, more interviews than specifically looking for, let's say, a role in Los Angeles, right? So maybe you want to break into medical device sales and you only want to be in orthopedics. I think that's fantastic and you can do that. But you might have more interviews if you're looking at orthopedics, neurovascular, and cardiovascular. I think it's important to hone down to what field, but I think in the beginning, just getting your foot in the door is the most important, right? So you got the interview, go in there and shine. I wish you the best. I want to give you two golden nuggets that I think will set you apart in the interview process and help you get that role. The first golden nugget is going to be before the interview, how to set yourself apart, and the second will be after the interview. So the first golden nugget relates to my first thought, which is being prepared. So this golden nugget is when you have your interview date and time, be prepared. So type it into Google Maps or Waze so you understand where the location is. Have your outfit ready, try it on to make sure there's no hiccups there. Have a resume printed so you can hand that to the manager when you arrive if they ask. and you will do really well. And the reason I say this, I remember 8 years ago, I was applying to a job and they told me the Marriott in Anaheim, which is a city in California. And it's by Disneyland. And as you can imagine, Disneyland attracts a lot of people and there's a lot of hotels there. So I arrived to the Marriott early. I'm ready. I'm checking my outfit, making sure, my hair is all fit. And then I realize when I'm looking for this room, it doesn't exist. And it turns out there's a Marriott 3 blocks away where my actual interview is. So I raced to this giant parking structure to find my car, zip out, get stuck at the parking gate, zip over to the other Marriott, run in, and I look a little flustered as I, walk into that room. I pulled it together like a duck on, a duck swimming, right? Their legs are going so fast and the duck's always so proper on top of the water. I could have set myself up a little bit better that day. The second golden nugget is going to be what to do after the interview. You had a good interview, you connected with the manager, you asked really good questions, and you get home. Within 24 hours, you need to write a follow-up email. But the golden nugget I have is this. I would write a handwritten letter thanking them for their time, and it's going to serve you two things. It's going to set you apart from other applicants and maintain a good relationship with this hiring manager who dedicated anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes to get to know you. You write a handwritten letter, take a picture of that, and put it in the email when you thank them for their time. I would thank the manager. I would thank any of the field people you talked to because they gave you time as well, right? And also the HR partner who helped facilitate setting up the interview. It shows that you care. It's a little personal touch. And in the beginning of medical device, I didn't realize how small this space is. I work in cardiology and I've been there for a while, but I know a lot of the hiring managers. I know a lot of the sales reps. I know a lot of the clinicals. It's so small and you cross paths. You might be on one of your competitors' teams in a few years, or one of your buddies might go to a startup and give you a call in 2 years, or the hiring manager that you interviewed with, where you wrote a personal letter, remembers you and they see that you get an entry-level job, you're grinding, you're having success, and after 3 years they call you and say, hey, I really liked you, you proved yourself, I'd like that little personal letter you wrote, how about you come over to this opportunity, what do you consider? So this is it for Medical Device Matt. We talked a little bit about what to do for those interviews and 2 golden nuggets. Hit the subscribe button. I'm also looking for people to connect with who would love to come on this podcast and share their story. So if that's you, you know how to find me.